you founded Deadspin. Like, I'm just curious. Like,
amazing.
Were you? Yeah, it's unbelievable. Like, did you do psychedelics in order to come up with this concept of like how you're gonna completely take over media? Were you just like, yeah, I have a vision, and like no one is gonna stop me in order to complete this? Like, how did this vision come about?
Yeah, definitely not psychedelics. I was like the world's oldest blogger back then. I was like, it was funny. There was the day of like all these young people. I had like struggled in media for almost for like 8 or 9 years, like working at doctor's offices and stuffing envelopes and tip jobs, but like doing like little blogs on my own on the side. And basically the idea was, I didn't really feel like it was a particular genius idea. It just seemed to me that the way that people were writing about sports was very much in this kind of idea of players are either heroes or monsters, and media people are not to be covered. They are the media, and it seemed very strange to me. I remember commenting at the time how odd it was that you reported on, you could report on like something that a shortstop of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays did in his life, but not on what Chris Berman did, when like 85 times more people knew who Chris Berman was than the shortstop for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. And so that was all the idea of the site. The idea, it was supposed to be fun. It was supposed to be a disconnect between the people who worked in sports, whether you were a player or media or an owner or a network or whatever, and the people that, actually pay for everything, which were the fans. So that I wanted to bridge that gap a little bit. I had worked as an actual sports reporter, official sports reporter, press box, so on, before then, and I found that all the reporters had all of these great stories, none of which they printed. So I thought, well, how about we have a site where they print those? And because that's what people actually want to know, and I don't understand what you're doing there if you're not actually printing those things. So the site got more popular more quickly than I thought it was going to be, and I think ultimately that's why I kind of left it. I am more of an indie band guy. Like Deadspin had to get huge. I had to get off the train. I had to be that fifth Beatle that got off before they got popular. So I was lucky to be there at the beginning. I feel like if I would have stayed the editor, it would have not become as popular and huge and frankly as important as it is now. I feel like I think of myself more as like the Kilborn of the Daily Show. Initial guy who was there at the beginning. You're like, right, that guy hosted that show. And then better, more talented people who came after me made it the actual cultural icon.
He's very coy.
Very coy.
Very.
I remember people worked on that original Daily Show and they were like, I remember when that got like reported on and like Talk Soup did it, and I didn't have Comedy Central and all that stuff.
Oh man, I used to love Talk Soup.